यो हन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दिहित्तिश्चापि वृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. So we have covered 3 verses. We will chant the 3 verses and then move further. कलाभ्यां चोडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवनशिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्यामानन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यां नतिरियम् गलन्ती शम्भो त्वच्चरितसरितः किल्बिषरजः दलन्ती धीकुल्या सरणिषु पतन्ती विजयताम् दिशन्ती संसारभ्रमणपरितापोपशमनम् वसन्ती मच्चेतो ह्रदभुवि शिवानन्दलहरी त्रैवेद्यं हृद्यं त्रिपुरहरमाद्यं त्रिनयनं जटाभारोदारं चलदुरगहारं मृगधरम् महादेवं देवं मयि सदयभावं पशुपतिं चिदालम्बं साम्बं शिवमतिविडम्बं हृदि भजे. Just before we go to the 4th verse, I wanted to just clarify something which has to do with the word Trinayana. So some people were interested in knowing when this na turns to na. This is what is technically called as natvam. Nakara changing to nakara. We have seen in several cases Ramena. Okay. So na, balena. So this balena, suppose I have, it is only na, tritiya, whereas Ramena we have. So this sutra Rashabhyam no naha samana pade is the sutra. So whether you have na, ra or sha, if it is followed in the same word, this is going to be changed to na. Na changed to na. இந்த தமிழ்ல தமிழ்ல சொன்னா மூணு சுழினா. Okay, that is what becomes. This is what it is said. So here there are a few cases which could be doubtful. So I thought I will just clarify it. Trinayana is the word that we find here. The sutra says samana pade. Samana pade is to be carefully understood. Ramena, so here it is only one word, right? So there is a certain suffix which has been added. The third case, Ramena, it becomes. Trinayana, one may feel that it is also one single word. But here it is basically two nouns, Tri and Nayana. I'll give you two more words which will be interesting for you to analyze and understand. Nirnaya is used, no? Nirnaya. So we have the prefix nihi, and then naya is the word. Nirnaya is a decision, right? So Ramaha Ravanam Hantum Nirnayam Kritavan. You can say Ramaha Ravanam Hantum Nirnayam Kritavan. Kutaha Kritavan Yataha Ravanaha Nirnayaha. I can say Nirnayaha. This will help. So the same suffix, and you think of Naya. Nayaha means Nitihi. Nayaha. Okay? Nitihi. So Nirnayaha is also correct. Nirnayaha is also correct. So in both the cases you have Nir. So Nihi is the prefix, and then Naya will be the word that gets formed. So these two combine, and then you can either take the form Nirnaya or Nirnaya. See, suppose you want to describe someone who is principle-less fellow, who does not hold to any principle. I am Nirnayah Purushaha. Okay? Nirnayaha. So there the word Nirnaya is to be derived as a Samastapada. So Nirgataha Nayat Yaha Saha. Or you can say Nirgataha Nayaha Yasmat Saha. Either way you can derive the word. So the one who is not a principled fellow, then you have to say Nirnayaha. On the other hand, Nirnayaha when you use, so here this Nihi actually gets tagged to the verb. So there it is not the case. So if it gets tagged to the verb, if the prefix gets tagged to the verb, the same word, so I thought I will explain this case to you. If it gets tagged to the verb, it becomes a upasarga. Pradayo. Upasarga kriya yoge. There is a sutra. Pradayaha. They will become upasarga kriya yoge. When you tie them to the kriya, then it becomes. So then it is becoming samanapada. Otherwise, so it will not be a samanapada, and therefore nirnayaha. Okay, if you take the word, the same word. Similarly, here Trinayana. So there are Tri and Nayana are two separate nouns. It is a samasa, and therefore it cannot be taken as samanapada. I mean, it requires a little more explanation, but I think this will do. Okay, for the moment. So this we will Trinayanam, Trinetram. So this is how we have to understand. They are two different things. Okay. In fact, we have this usage, no? Ramo viramo virajo margo neyo nayo nayaha. See, this nayaha actually can mean niti. Nayaha can also mean the person who leads us into the niti. Nayaha. Nayaha. Nayatiti nayaha. Okay, this kartaryach pratyaya if you put, you will get nayaha. See, nayaha, Ishvaraha, nayaha. Okay. So this nayaha. So there, of course, he is also described as anayaha. That is a different thing. So nayaha, anayaha. Okay. So that I will not explain now. But this nayaha can mean niti. Nayaha can also mean Vishnu. So we have this usage. Anyway, so let me go to the fourth verse now. Okay. So this is just to explain to you that Trinayana is not correct. Trinayana is what is correct. Okay. Fourth verse. सहस्रं वर्तन्ते जगति विबुधाः सहस्रं वर्तन्ते जगति विबुधाः सहस्रं वर्तन्ते जगति विबुधाः क्षुद्रफलदाः 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 न मन्ये स्वप्ने वा न मन्ये स्वप्ने वा न मन्ये स्वप्ने वा तदनुसरणं तत्कृतफलम् तदनुसरणं तत्कृतफलम् तदनुसरणं तत्कृतफलम् हरिब्रह्मादीनां हरिब्रह्मादीनाम् अपि निकटभाजामसुलभम् अपि निकटभाजामसुलभम् अपि निकटभाजामसुलभम् चिरं याचे शम्भो चिरं याचे शम्भो चिरं याचे शम्भो शिव तव पदाम्भोज भजनम् शिव तव पदाम्भोज भजनम् शिव तव पदाम्भोज भजनम् अहं तव पदाम्भोज भजनं याचे. This seems to be a simple sentence. Yache means I beg for, I seek for. Kim yache tava padambhoja bhajanam yache. So devotion towards your lotus feet is what I seek for. Be the simple meaning. But he describes this padambhoja with certain other things in this verse. And he also tries to present Shiva as someone who is supreme to all other deities. He says, Sahasram Vartante Jagati Vibudhaha. Sahasram Vartante, there are thousands of people. Here, the people that we are referring to are not people who are dwelling on the earth, but people who are dwelling in other world, okay, Devaloka. So they are Devas. Vibudhaha, the word refers to Devaha. You have this, no? Amara Nirjara Devas Tridasha Vibudha Suraha. This is the Amara Kosha. Amara Nirjara Devaha Tridashaha Vibudhaha Suraha. All of them refer to deities, but each one has its own connotation. Okay. Nirjaraha means those who do not have old age. Tridashaha, only they have three dashas. Vibudhaha. The word Buddha actually refers to a Pandita. Buddha, a wise man, a scholar, is what is referred by the word Buddha. Whereas Vibudhaha refers to Devaha. Okay. Visheshataha Buddhyate. This is how the word can be understood. Okay. Vibudhaha. So Vibudhaha refers to Devaha. Sahasram Vartante Jagati Vibudhaha. So any form, Sahasram is not an exaggeration. You go to any village, they will have some form of Devata. Okay. So there are thousands of them. And each one is supposed to be blessing you with a certain kind of requirement that you have. Okay. So inge pona idu kadikkum, ange pona adu kadikkum. So people generally are seeking in nature. And therefore, so they evoke divinity in various forms. And he says there are thousands in number. Sahasram Vartante Jagati Vibudhaha. This vibudhaha is also qualified by another word, kshudra phaladaha. Kshudra phaladaha. So phalada, phalam dadatiti, phaladaha. The one who gives whatever you require. Okay. So the result, okay, the end that you are seeking for, phaladaha. But then he says, kshudra phaladaha, kshudram phalam, kshudram. Kshudra is an interesting usage, so we should just learn that. That kshudra, so some jantus we call as kshudra jantu. The mosquito is a kshudra jantu. Okay. Because it keeps troubling you, nicha. So that so this kshudra jantu is what is. Kshudra has different meanings, in fact. The kosha meaning of kshudra is, what is the meaning? Kshudram daridre kripane. Kshudra, see, kshudraha, kshudro daridre kripane. Daridre kripane. Okay, it is used. In fact, it is also used in the sense of nrishamse. Kshudro daridre kripane nrishamse. This is how the kosha goes. So, in the sense of kripana, we have this usage. In Bhagavad Gita we have, no? Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktotishta parantapa. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam. Kshudram. So there it actually means something which is silly or foolish. This word kshudra has slightly different connotations. That's what we have to understand. That's why I am trying to point out. So there Krishna is describing Klaibyam asmagam of partha naita tvayi upapadyate kshudram hridaya dorbalyam. Tvayi means you are such an established warrior. So if you just take this decision now, that will be a silly decision. And kshudram, see, daurbalyam kshudram, hridaya daurbalyam, the faint-heartedness that you are trying to exhibit here is kshudram. Okay, that is silly, meaningless, foolish. That is what it means there. So kshudra. So in fact, Arjuna himself later declares, karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha. So karpanyam essentially means you have some resource with you and you are not able to use that resource. Then it is karpanyam. Okay. See, he has that ability to fight. He has that courage, but he is not exhibiting it then. Okay, then it is called kripanasya bhavaha karpanya. Anyway, that's what Krishna here refers to. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktvottishta. Here, kshudra means kshudra phaladaha. Kshudra is something which is lowly, mean, simple. So it is in that sense. Okay. So that which is not really worthy of pursuing. The phala that you seek for is not something really worthy if you think for a while. So I want this, I want that, therefore, so I want might, I want, there are so many people, I have seen this. They are not joking. I have encountered people who say, somehow, so he has to be defeated in this, therefore I perform this. You understand? So he has to be finished, therefore I perform this. Is also there. Okay? Kshudra phaladaha. They may give you, but that phala is kshudra phala. Okay? Sahasram vartante jagati vibudhaha kshudra phaladaha namanye swapne va. So he says, aham swapne pi. Swapne va means even in my dream. namanye swapne va tadanusaranam tatkrita phalam. Tadanusaranam means following that path. That path for seeking some silly gains in the world. Okay? Some cheap gains or mean gains in the world. Namanye swapne va. Even in the dream, I do not seek for such small things. So kshudra can mean small, mean. Okay. So for small gains, I do not seek for. Namanye swapne va tadanusaranam tatkrita phalam. Tadanusaranam va tatkrita phalam va namanye. Okay. I don't consider them to be worthy of pursuing. That is very clear in my mind. In fact, there is a beautiful verse I am reminded of, almost a similar thing which has been presented by Vedanta Deshika. It is worth knowing that verse. Okay, you repeat the verse. Kshoni kona shatamsha.
Kshoni kona shatamsha.
Kshoni kona shatamsha palanakala. Durvara garvanala. Kshubhyat kshudra narendra. Kshubhyat kshudra narendra. Chaturacharam dhanyam namanyamahe. He says, Kshoni kona shatamsha palanakala durvara garvanala kshubhyat. So he uses the word kshudra narendra. So Vedanta Deshika was apparently invited by a king to come to his court. So then people say he composed this verse. Okay. This kind of episode is, I think, is also stated with reference to Tyagaraja. So Kshoni kona shatamsha palana kala. See, kona shatamsha palana means you gain some power, right? How much Prithvi belongs to you? How much is under your control? That is why he is saying kona shatamsha. So you take some small portion of Prithvi and that too some other small portion. Nowadays even small portion of Prithvi is not there, only some flat. So some space is available for you to occupy. Right? Kshoni kona shatamsha palana kala. So by owning that, see, durvara garvanala, the fire of pride, okay, arrogance that gets boosted. Garvanala kshubhyat kshudra narendra. So I don't feel like praising them, see, for having some gains. Kshudra narendra, kshubhyat kshudra narendra, chaturachana. Chaturachana is words for pleasing them. Dhanyam namanyamahe. We don't consider it something which is worthy of pursuing in my life. Okay. But what do you want to do? Devam sevitumeva nishchinumahe yoso dayaluh pura. See, we will decide to praise only that Deva. Devam sevitumeva.
Devam sevitumeva.
Devam sevitumeva nishchinumahe. Nishchinumahe yoso dayaluh pura. Yoso dayaluh pura. Dhana mushtimuche. Kuche lamunaye. Kuchelamune Datte Sma Vitteshatam Datte Sma Vitteshatam Datte Sma Vitteshatam. I want to praise only that particular Lord. Which Lord? Who blessed Kuvera with all the wealth just for giving a handful of Dhana Mushti Uche. See, Poha. Okay. With Prema, the one who gave. Kuchela Munaye Datte Smavite Shatam. Similarly, here, Kshudra Phaladaha Namanye Swapneva Tadanusaranam Tatkrita Phalam. But what do you want to do? He says, see, so the thing that he wants to do is Hari Brahmadinam api nikata bhajam asulabham. Hari Brahmadinam api. Hari Brahmadinam api means even for those deities as powerful as Hari and Brahma. Hari Brahmadinam api nikata bhajam asulabham. So those actually are nearby. We are in Manushya Loka. They are anyway in other Loka. So they are close by to you. Even for them, you are difficult. Asulabham. Hari Brahmadinam api nikata bhajam asulabham chiram yache shambho tava padam bhoja bhajanam. Hey Shambho. See, there are two words here. Both are in Sambuddhi. Shiva and Shambhu. Hey Shiva, aham yache, kim yache, tava padam bhoja bhajanam yache. Right? Tava padam bhoja bhajanam yache. In fact, this word chiram is an interesting phrase that he has employed. It can go along with, I was just thinking, it can go along with three words. See? One is, you can say, Chiram Asulabham. Even those people have been longing for a long time and they could not get. Okay? Even for those people. This is like, see, we saw in Kathopanishad, no? Deviratrapi vichikitsitam pura. Yama says Nachiketa. Yama says Nachiketa. That don't ask for this. Okay. Even Devas did not understand. Okay. So then Nachiketa says, it is for the same reason I want to know from you. Okay. So the reason that you are quoting, that Devas did not understand. So it is so important, therefore I want to know. Devi Ratrapi Vichikitsitam Pura. Devi Ratrapi Vichikitsitam Kila. So there he says, Yenna Sujnyeya Matha. Anyway, here Hari Brahmadinam api nikata bhajam asulabham. See, whenever Bhagavad Pada composes a stotra, so we need to understand that in any of the stotras, you will find that particular form to be depicted as the supreme thing. Okay. So when you go to Hari Stotra, so Hari will be the supreme. So here it is a Shiva Stotra. In this form you invoke that Brahman. Hari Brahmadinam api nikata bhajam asulabham. So for them, they have been struggling for a long time. Even then they did not get. Okay, asulabham. The other thing that you can think of, adding this chiram is, see, chiram padam bhoja bhajanam. what I seek for is forever. See, Hari Brahmatina Masulabham, there is also a story, a story that that Shiva took a huge form, and Brahma and Vishnu, see, they go and try to find out the head and the foot, right? Where is this? So there is something which I heard. Okay. So the Hari.
It's the form of linga and.
Correct. So this I have seen in a photograph. See. So Hari Brahmadinam api nikata bhajam asulabham. So chiram yache shambho shivatava padam bhoja bhajanam. Shambho, see, He Shambho. So he is, in fact, we have this beautiful song, Bho, Shambho. So the Shambho is a beautiful word. So the one who blesses you with something which will make you never seek for anything anytime. See? So Sham is that kind of a Mangalam. So he is the source of that. So source of that means even see, he is a Tripta Purusha, right? So the Tripti he will bless you with. Asanam Garalam Pani Kalapaha. With the small things he is a very happy person. See? So he is a very happy person with very minimal things. And he will bless you with that attitude to be happy with these minimal things that you have. And thereby, the secret of happiness, Tushti, is something which is blessed by him. And he is an embodiment of that. And therefore, Shambho. Okay. Tava padambhoja bhajanam aham yache. Tava padambhoja bhajanam chiram yache means forever I want this. Okay. So that bhakti is something which I want forever. In fact, he says no. So this bhakti generally comes. Bhakti generally comes. See, it dawns upon some people once they land into some trouble. That is what they say. The Hindi poet says, Dukh mein sumiran sab kare, sukh mein kare na koi. Jo sukh mein sumiran kare, to dukh kahe hot. Okay. So dukh mein sumiran sab kare means, sumiran means maranam. So people start thinking of you when they get into trouble. So dukh mein sumiran sab kare, all fellows. Sukh mein kare na koi. When they are happy, they don't think of. Jo sukh mein sumiran kare. So sukh mein, when you are happy, you should think of it. So it is all because of your blessing that I am blessed with all these resources. Jo sukh mein sumiran kare, to dukh kahe hoi. If you do that, then where will dukkha be experienced by you? So this is something which we need to understand. Okay, only when you become helpless, so you seek help. That is also okay. In fact, Prahlada strongly says, there is a very interesting statement in Bhagavata. He says, Nasabhritya savai vanik. So if you seek for something and only then go to Ishvara and I will offer you, you give me back, then you are not a bhakta, true bhakta. You are only a trader. Nasabhrityaha savai vanik. Prahlada says. So here, chiram tava padam bhoja bhajanam means I always want to engage myself due to this prema. This premadratvam, if it is there, always there will be a connection between you and Ishvara. So irrespective of sukha or dukkha, everything will be taken by you as prasada. Chiram padam bhoja bhajanam yache. So third thing that you can think of, chiram yache, it can be taken as kriya visheshan. Okay, I have been seeking this for a long time. Please bless me with this. Okay, so an attitude to do this Padambhoja Bhajanam, may I be blessed with. So Chiram is a beautiful usage which can club with various words to give different shades of meanings. Okay, different. So Chiram Yache Shambho Shiva Tava Padambhoja Bhajanam. Read. Sahasram Vartante Jagadi Vibudha Shudra Palada Namanye Swapne Va Tadanusaranam Tatkrita Phalam Hari Brahmadinam Api Nikadabhajam Asulabham Chiram Yache Shambho Shiva Tava Padambhoja Bhajanam. In fact, if this is a beautiful thing in Mahabharata, see, there is a human tendency. See, so one cannot say that you need not go to Ishvara if you do not seek for anything. So even if you do, it is okay. In fact, that is why I'll tell you, there are some people who just try to escape, okay, from doing certain things by saying, I do not know the meaning and therefore I do not want to do. Okay, some rituals, let us say. So they don't want to discipline themselves, so they will give some sort of an excuse. Even while giving, so if I have to give wholeheartedly since my heart is not. So therefore I do not want. So therefore somewhere Vidyaranya says, see, Shraddhaya Deyam Ashraddhaya Deyam Abhinata. Understand? Ashraddhaya Vapi Deyam. Okay. So then some Shraddha may come later. So similarly here, see, what we have to understand is this bhakti and shraddha, so is something which has to be created within. So this bhakti and shraddha initially, so I am telling you, is because see, when children are not exposed, see, when they are young, they may not realize, see, but you have to expose them to that atmosphere. When you expose them, then I think some sort of a samskara will get formed. Otherwise, at a later stage, so this is a problem which I see in many places. Okay. Tava Padambhoja Bhajanam. So this, we may not know the meaning of this, we may not know the meaning of learning the stotras and so on. But if we just make them do when they are quite young, this will be of great help at a later stage. I tell you, see, if you have learned this at least to some extent with some meaning, so even if you are suffering from dyslexia, you are not able to express, at least if something is being said, you will be able to cherish. Everyone undergoes this stage at a later stage in life. So, this Chiram Yache Shambho Shivatava Padambhoja Bhajanam, so is something at all stages in this saying. Okay? So, throughout his life, one has to have this. Okay. Hari Brahmadinam api nikata bhajam asulabham chiram yache shambho shivatava padambhoja bhajanam. See, if we don't expose our children to these kinds of things, then we are doing a great disservice. See, if we don't make them learn when they are young, it is a great disservice done to them. Okay. That is a Kunti, in fact, she prays. See, Dukhe Sumiran, I told you, no? So, if the human tendency is such that only when there is Dukha you will do, okay, let it be so. Oh Krishna, put me always in trouble. Okay, Vipadas Santuna Shashvat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. Oh, this is what she prays. Vipadas Santuna Shashvat, may I keep encountering various troubles in my life, at least that will make me do this. See, there, if you are really mature, then even that roga, so So you will be taking as a blessing. Okay. That is what people have done. If I just chant another verse, I'm just reminded. He roga mama yuyameva suhritaha. Yair nisprhoham kritaha. This is what a poet says. He rogaha mama yuyameva suhritaha. But that attitude is not simple, but it has to be obtained. Okay. So when you train yourself that way, the thinking will go along those lines. Ultimately, a person is shaped by the line of thinking. So how is it set? That makes a lot of difference in your experience. He roga mama yuyameva suhritaha yair nisprhoham kritaha. Okay. Okay. Now let us move to the next verse. Fifth verse. Smritau shastre vaidye.
Smritau shastre vaidye.
Smritau shastre vaidye. Shakuna kavita gana phanitau. Shakuna kavita gana phanitau. Shakuna kavita gana phanitau. Purane mantre va. Purane mantre va. Purane mantre va. Stuti natana hasyeshva chaturaha. Stuti natana hasyeshva chaturaha. Stuti natana hasyeshva chaturaha. Katham rajñam pritihi. Katham rajñam pritihi. Katham rajñam pritihi. Bhavati mayi koham pashupate. Bhavati mayi koham pashupate. Bhavati mayi koham pashupate. Pashum mam sarvajña. Pashum mam sarvajña. Pashum mam sarvajña. Prathita kripaya palaya vibho. Prathita kripaya palaya vibho. Prathita kripaya palaya vibho. He vibho, tvam prathita kripaya palaya. Prathita kripaya palaya. This is a nice usage. Prathita means something which is famous. So prathita kripa. So your compassion. So he is something which is famous. Prathita kripaya palaya vibho. So you have to just protect me. Now, so this verse basically conveys that I am not proficient in any of these things. Okay. So he has listed several things. Smritau shastre vaidye. Smriti can be referring to a class of texts. In fact, we have Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam. This is how we describe Bhagavad Pada as. So Alayam is, he is an embodiment of Shruti Smriti Purana. Means all of them are available for him. If you just read any of these commentaries, it is all absolutely marvelous, amazing. So how he quotes on various things. So Shruti Smriti Purana, Shruti, Smriti, Purana. So there are different levels of texts which have been composed, which can be used by different sets of people, okay, depending upon the qualification that they have. So Smritau. So all of them will go and get tagged to Achaturaha. Chaturaha means smart, skilled, proficient. Okay. So this is what Chaturaha means. Aham achaturaha. I am not proficient in any of these things. So he just provides a long list. Smritau. One can even think of this as a process in one's own mind. This can be a text. Smriti. So I don't remember Smritau, achaturaha, to recall things. Okay, so you can take it as a text here. Smritau, we have Manusmriti, we have various Smritis. Essentially, these Smritis are texts which enable us to understand the Vidhi and Nisheda, the Dharma and Adharma, which have been prescribed in Shruti. Okay, so Smritau, in understanding and digesting Smriti, I am not proficient. Shastre. So Shastra, in fact, the word Shastra has been employed to refer to even the Shruti because it forms this basis. Shastra yonitvat. Shastrasya yonihi, Shastra yonihi. So there, the one who is the cause for Shastra. Okay, so there it is used to refer to Veda itself. It can refer to any of the other Shastras, Vyakarana, Nyaya, Mimamsa, whatever. They also are referred to by the word Shastra. Okay, Ganita Shastra, Jyotish Shastra, whatever it is. So any discipline of study can be referred by the word Shastra. Okay? So physics can be considered as a Shastra. So that which helps us, a certain text which helps us. So in formulating our ideas, understanding this universe is Shastra. Smritau Shastre, Shastre achaturaha, Vaidye achaturaha. I am not proficient. Then there are certain other things. So you can do. So if you are not good in Smriti, Shastra, Vaidya, then certain other things you can do to enthuse people, okay, excite them, and thereby. So there are some buffoons, so who just, so in circus if you go, so you act in a particular way. There are some fellows who will keep dancing in front of our house. So we are happy looking at that. So even those things I don't know. Okay, Shakuna Kavita Gana Pranitau. Shakuna is basically a certain Shastra in some form. So if this comes, in fact, even in Meghaduta we have, no? What is that? Mandam, Yathatvam, Vamaschayam, Nadati, Chasakas, Sagandha. See, so there it is essentially Shakuna. So if you look at the commentary, Mandam Mudati Pavaraha Chanukulo, when you move, see, so in those days, even for rickshaw, I have traveled several times in rickshaw. Even now, so there are rickshaws in some places. So Anukulaha means if you go in rickshaw, cycle, no? Leave rickshaw also, cycle. So if the wind is flowing against you, then it will be very difficult all the more. Okay? If the wind is flowing from the back, then I think you can easily drive. So this is what he means. This is a Anukula. Suppose you go for some karya, so then Pavana is, okay, against you. Then this will be a Dushakuna. Okay? Similarly, these birds, there are a few Shakunas. Shakuna Shastra is an interesting Shastra. When I went to Copenhagen, there are some fellows, those Danish people, who are studying the Shakuna Shastra. Okay. So very seriously, there are certain texts. Okay. So this various things are listed. Okay. So that is what even this Mallinatha in his commentary says. These are all Shakuna. So you say this Shakuna, this is the Subha Shakuna, this is Dushakuna. So if you just say, so even there I am not skilled. Shakuna Kavita Gana Pranitau, neither skilled in composing poetry. Gana Panitau. Okay. Gana is that song. Paniti is singing. Okay. So along with that, Gana Panitau Purane. Okay. So I can't give a brilliant exposition on various Puranas. Mantreva. Mantreva. See, this mantra can actually refer to some mantras. Okay. So various mantras used for Sudarshana mantra, this mantra, that mantra. Or it can even refer to some Vedic passages which are used. Okay. Triambake Jamahin is one mantra. Purahani Mantreva. See, mantra is one thing. See, mantra is referring to a particular Shabda Rashi. You have to understand. I neither know the Shabda Rashi, nor am I able to employ those mantras in certain contexts. Okay. Mantreva stuti natana hasyeshva chaturaha. There are some people I know. In fact, recently I was traveling somewhere in the flight. I had met some pilot. That pilot is Sardawan. Okay. So I was sitting and he immediately came and then he said, so he did Abhyayangirasa, so all that he did. And then he said, hey, I want to become, that is command. See, he is a co-pilot now. So he is going for some test, he says. So some test and interview will be followed. I want to become this command. Okay. So command, so for that I have to take this test. Aham smrito vagushalaha, he was just saying, only your blessing. I am not able to remember things. Okay. He was saying. So why I am saying is, so here, so Acharya describes the various facets of various people at various stages. And then, so Stuti Natana Hasyeshu, what reminded me of this episode is, after that we travelled same place, so we got down somewhere, okay, and in the lounge also we met. So then this person was talking to somebody, sir, so kindly I am appearing for this interview and so on and so forth, okay. Stuti Natana Hasyeshu, so you try to praise some fellow, and then I was asking, who are you talking to? He said he is my boss. See, so there, Stuti Natana Hasyeshu Achaturaha. See, I am not proficient. So ultimately all these things are done to meet some ends which you desire for, right? So Stuti Natana, dancing, Hasyeshu, in making others happy, okay, by cutting jokes. Achaturaha. There are some people who just go. Then I was asking, why are you praising him? So he said, even much more inferior people than me, they just got promoted. Okay. So then, so the skills, if they are there, some people employ these skills to meet their ends. Achaturaha. Therefore he says, Katham Rajnyam Pritihi Bhavati. How is it that I am going to please the kings? Okay. So if I am skilled in any of them, then I can go and exhibit my skills. And then I can please him to gain. Katham Rajnyam Pritihi Bhavati Mai Koham Pashupate Aham Koham. In fact, this has been very nicely stated in one short phrase by this Totaka Ashtaka. You have Viditana Maya Vishadaika Kala. See, Viditana Maya Vishadaika Kala. Eka Kala. None of these kalas is known to me. Vishada means Nacha Kinchana Kanchana Masti Guru. That is what he says. See, Kasam Rajnyam Pritihi Bhavati Mai Koham Pashupate. This Koham Pashupate is essentially the second quarter of that. I don't need any of them. If I am already wealthy and I can manage. Koham, I am Akinchana. Okay. Koham Pashupate Pashum Mam Sarvajnya. So now he says, you are Sarvajnya, I am Pashuhu. See, Pashuhu. This Pashuhu is a very nice word. Normally, we use the word Pashu to refer to that entity which possesses some langula, shringa and so on. Right? Generally, that's the cow. These are the camel. These are called Pashus. Otherwise, we call Pakshi. Right? Pashu. You don't call mosquito a Pashu. Right? So, this is generally the Pashu is used. When dog is a Pashu. Why you can even call dog as a Pashu? Because it always has Pasha Bandha. In fact, some people describe the word Pashu. So it has some 2-3 derivations. One of the derivations is Pashena Yaha Baddhaha Saha Pashu. Okay. This Pashena Baddhaha, if the Pasha is equated with Asha, then all of us are Pashu. Okay. This Asha is the Pasha, right? So this Asha Pasha Shatena Pashita Padaha, I think somewhere it is there. So this is Pashum. That is why Bhagavad Pada says Pashvadibhischa Avisheshat. So the human being is Avishesha, not different from any Pashu. Pashvadibhischa Avisheshat. In Adhyasa Bhashya we have. See, Pashum Mam Pashum. Mam Pashum is essentially Bahubhihi Pashaihi Baddhaha. Mam Pashum. Prathita Kripa. See, this is a beautiful usage. These are all there is a Alankara which is called Parikarankura and Parikara Alankara. One can find shades of both here. See, this Parikara Alankara will be Alankara Parikaraha Sabhipraye Visheshane. Sabhipraye Visheshyetu Bhavet Parikarankuraha. Okay. So here he is using certain phrases. Maybe I can explain later. There's no time. Pashum Mam Sarvajnya Prathita Kripaya. This Prathita Kripaya can be taken as one word. So Prathita Kripa Yasya. Okay. So Prathita Kripa means, so your compassion is something which is so well known. Okay. Prathita Kripaya Palaya Vibho. Hey Vibho. Vibho is used to refer to someone who is all pervasive. Someone who is blessed with abundant resources is also called as a Vibhu sometimes. Okay. So, Hey Vibho, Prathita Kripaya Tvam Palaya. So, why I am saying is Prathita Kripaya means his name is Pashupati. So, the word you can either take it as Prathita Kripaya, or if you want to split also, you can use Hey Prathita Kripaya Palaya. So, this is also a possibility. Okay. So, Prathita. So, Prathita here, see, Pashupatitvena Prathitaha. Pashupatitvena, you are Prathita. So, your name is Pashupati. I am a Pashu, and therefore you are the Lord of me, and therefore it is your duty to take care of me. If you are a citizen of, say, America, so anyway you have to get some dole, right? As a citizen, something will be given. Okay. Prathita Kripaya Palaya Vibho. See. Smrto Shastre Vaidye Shakuna Kavita Gana Phanitau Purane Mantre Stuti Natanaha Seshva Chaturaha Katham Rajnyam Pritihi Bhavati Mai Koham Pashupate Pashum Mam Sarvajnyam Prathita Kripaya Palaya Vibho. Om Sarve Pasukina Santu Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhak Bhavet. Om